Hey everyone, what is up? I'm Salman and welcome to Salman Is Job. I'm right now at Polygon Connect on a great evening with these two awesome folks, founders of the Itsuki NFT project. We are Itsuki project. So this is Vish, who's one of the founders, and this is Shanu, who's one of the co-founders. How are you all doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Yeah, same here.
So Itsuki is, if you look at the art, which I'll put over here, it's a very nice looking NFT project, and it's the only project that has sold out. It's a collection of 6666 NFTs, and I hold one of them. None of this is going to be financial advice. It's a discussion about the project, about the being and coming of an NFT project. So where do we start? Why don't we just start with your degen story behind before all of this happened? How did you get into NFTs? How did you start thinking about NFTs?
Well, my story started with an Instagram story, to be very honest. So I was actually scrolling Instagram, and I found someone has listed its art for 0.333 Ethereum, and I was like, what? And it was on Foundation. So I was like, okay. And I'm actually a game designer as well, so I do some art as well. So I created an art, and I went to Foundation and realized that okay, I cannot mint over there because you need an invite to mint on Foundation. Went to OpenSea, you need gas fees, you need Ethereum to mint, and that time I was in college, so I minted on Mintable.
You already had crypto with you?
No, I didn't have, so I minted on Mintable. So Mintable allows you to go gasless. We did that, and I sold my first NFT on 9th day, then second on 10th day, then third on 11th, and that keeps going on.
So when you first found out about NFTs, you actually created one?
Yes. And the point was, I joined the NFT space because it was because of the 0.33 Ethereum, which got sold out of one of the artists. But I'm staying here because of the community and the energy of this community has.
We'll get into that. Just to give some context, your Itsuki project launched, I think, June or July or something like that? July. And this incident was when you initially started? 2 years ago. So what about you?
So I was COVID positive the first time. So Vishwas gave me a call and told me, there is something NFT is something going on inside the market. I think it's some non-fungible time because it's of the COVID period and economy is down and stuff. And then he told me more about it, I think, later on. Then I started exploring about NFTs. Then I joined the NFT space, started exploring more about Web3 space, started learning more about smart contracts, decentralization, and how we were building games, right? So how the games can be bought with NFTs and how we can create an entire new vision and entire new field out of that, like a GameFi, NFT and stuff. So that's when I started. Then I'm also an artist, so I'm a photographer. So I'm a photographer, I'm a generative artist. So yeah, that's about me. But more I'm on the technical side.
So let's talk about Itsuki. Okay, Itsuki, I think what makes it special is actually that one, it has sold out. Yeah. It is quite a feat actually compared to any, it is a task for any project, and you sold out in quite recently in a bear market. So I think there's quite a bit to learn about the engineering behind all of that. I would love to hear about the team and about just the coming of the project. How did behind the scenes. So take me behind the scenes of this project.
Yeah. So Itsuki means tree. And the whole idea of creating Itsuki to connect the real life with the digital world as well. And when we launch Itsuki, we first of all we were working on the ideas, and I usually watch Naruto, and there was a leaf village, and I am me, Leaf, Duo, everyone was a big supporter of nature, and we are a tree huggers. So the whole point was when we heard about this, I came up with the idea, okay, let's create Itsuki, where what we are doing is Itsuki means tree, which will gonna represent the NFT space, and we are Itsuki means we all are connected within the roots of the trees. And so if you talk about the team,
So it started with the story. So you were thinking about the story. What should be the story? And Naruto was kind of a baseline inspiration, and then the purpose of this tree, the connecting.
Exactly. The whole point is that. And then like if I talk you about the team, it's more about like it's not like we came into the NFT space next month or like last month, or we haven't like we have been into the NFT space for more than 2 years. So me, Leaf, Duo, and like we are not as a creator, but we are as a supporter, because someone supported us a long time ago, and that person was not a collector. That person was one of our friend who just like bought our art. So like we believe in giving back to the community. Same with Shanu as well. Like she also like started like she like bought a lot of art, and she like sold a few of them because like she's more into tech side. But the whole point is like it's all about how we can support each other. So that was the whole point of Itsuki. So it's not about like we have created the Itsuki community within 7 months, but we have been working on the Itsuki community for more than 2 months because we have a family around with us.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
Tell me about your art story. What kind of art you used to create before?
So I am not just a creative person. Like I'm not that kind of a creative person, right? But I'm a technical person. So I am like I'm a photographer. I love capturing the images. I love capturing nature and stuff. So I used to click a lot of pictures before as well. And one day, like Vishwas told me, like you should post your like photographs, all the pictures which you have clicked as an NFT. Then I started doing that, and I also used to create generative art using Python, ML, and AI, because I have been like I am not just a game developer. I started as an app developer, and I have I have knowledge of all the kind of fields because I've worked on all of stuff. So yeah, my art is more generative, which is generated through the code itself, through the logic, through the implementations and stuff. And apart from that, the photographs.
I think I would like to like double click on this generative art. Actually, that's very interesting. So were you thinking about generative PFP project when you're thinking about NFTs in general?
So the point is like GAN art is completely different. And Itsuki is a generative collection, no doubt, but the whole point is like the variations have been like drawn by hand. So out of the 6,666, we have created 300 plus variations by hand. And that was the point. Like this is like we are just with the codes, we are actually like arranging these layers. GAN art is different, where you are like writing the codes and you're generating the art based like you with those codes.
The entire art generates automatically through the code which you have written. But in Itsuki, it was like more than 300 pieces of the like the entire fashion, right? Yeah. So it was more like when I started generating the art, like combining all of them and creating mix and match of those things. So you know about girls' fashion, right? They have high neck tops, and then if you put jewelry on top of that, it doesn't look good. And if they have the open hair, then if you put earrings on top of that, it doesn't resemble good. So we have to I have to create this entire logic where I have to if this dresses comes up, then it doesn't matches with this hair, then the entire fashion sense come into the picture. And I was like, I told him for the I think for the entire day I have to do that to create that entire thing. Then I told him that I should be a fashion designer as well.
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying these videos that you're seeing from India Blockchain Week and ETH India. Just a quick commercial break. If you like the content that you're seeing on this channel, and if you'd like me to continue what I'm doing, which is covering what is happening in Web3 and generally like the world of work in this space through my little project called Salman Needs a Job, I have a crowdfund that is active on a platform called Juicebox. Consider supporting. Thank you. Back to the video. Now, can you tell me like the process of like creating the art? Okay, you've told me a little bit about the story and the thinking behind it. The process, like the artists, what are they working on, and like how much time did it take for developing all this?
So like there is a story. When we started Itsuki, we started almost when we launched in July. We started in December or November. And when we started, Derek is the lead artist at Itsuki, and Derek is from Ukraine. So when we started, like we were like moving fast, but then the Ukraine thing happened, and when Ukraine thing happened, it was more about like that actually like slowed us down. But the whole process was started like we divided, like we started with first one-on-one. So one-on-one means like it will be the only one in the entire collection. It is not generative. So in that, like what we have done is like we divided in 6 clans, and the golden one is the like sun So golden one represents the sun. Okay. So this is how we divided. Then we divided the body, divided the clothes, divided the accessories, divided the facial expressions, and then we sum up everything with the.
So you created these 6 kind of personas, and then you started creating variations of that, and then you formed this whole base for creating a.
Yes. Yeah, that is exactly.
How was the process? How was the learning process? How did you figure out all these things?
It was really tough because it is sometimes it's frustrating because you have to be very perfect, and at the same time you have to make sure that okay, this will gonna go with the other dresses as well, other bodies as well. So that was very tough, but yeah, it took us 7 months, and when Derek was in the Ukraine, during that particular time, we paused the process, and then we were waiting for her, because we care about her safety and all. So once we she moved to Poland, then she started working on the variations.
So she actually worked it through some stressful times.
Exactly. She created an art inside a bunker. And she was actually stuck in a cave, and she actually sent me that particular art. She created an art on sand. She sent me that particular art. We minted that particular art. We raised 0.5 Ethereum for her. We transferred the amount, and then we realized that a lot of people are also looking for such. A lot of artists are also going through the same thing. So then we created a charity collection, Create for Ukraine, and in that we have received 200 plus artwork from different part of the country, raised 4 Ethereum. And almost 100 near 22 Teslas, and transfer everything to Ukraine government. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Were you part of Ukraine DAO?
So I know the founders, and yes, I'm a part of a Ukraine DAO as well.
Now let's talk about the tech. Okay, tell me about the learning behind learning all these things. The whatever NFT, what is behind, what is under the scenes of an NFT, tech side of the NFT?
Yes. So any NFT that launched, they have a smart contract behind that. So that smart contract actually creates all these, kept the this content, right? If you're launching a collection of 6,666 NFTs, you will have to mention that inside the contract that there will be only this much amount of NFTs, and if people have minted all of them, then you need to stop. You won't let any other people mint out of that side.
Are you able to modify that in the future?
Yeah, you can add, we have a functionality which is a write function only by the owner. So you can even go and add the supply, you can increase the supply or decrease the supply. That you can do for sure. So that is one part. And also that when the art was starting to create, right, the artist started creating the art, Vishwas started creating the community, and that time I started building the smart contract. And the smart contract which we built at the end, it was 20 times more optimized than the actual contract that we built, and it was 20 times optimized than any contract. So even if you are minting 5 to 6 Itsukis at the same time, you are getting a gas fee of only $2 to $3. That's it on the Ethereum mainnet.
So the gas fee is directly related to the efficiency of your programming?
Yeah. So basically, the bigger the contract is, the bigger the computation of the contract takes. It takes more gas fee because of that. So you need to optimize the contract as much as you can. So I started deploying multiple contracts every single day, started optimizing the contracts, and at the end when we launched Itsuki, we were 20 times optimized than the actual contract, and we actually got it tested as well with the auto auditing tool. So it told us that it has 4.8 score out of 5, and other contracts has a score of 4.3 out of 5. So our contract is the most optimized one in the ERC 721.
Crazy. Can you just compare this smart contract? Can you help compare it to some other Web 2 thing? Is it like an app? The programming side of it, how difficult is it, or how long is it, and what would you compare it to?
So just imagine if you want to build anything, right? You need to write some code of anything. Just imagine if you want to build anything in Web 2, if you want to create a logic of anything, if you want to just submit a form, you'll create a backend side of that. You will ask the user to enter the fields and stuff again, but you can modify that thing. If something went wrong, if the code is deployed on a server, if anything went wrong, you can just go ahead and change the code anytime. But once you have deployed anything on blockchain, right, you can't modify it. once it's written on a blockchain, you cannot edit it, you cannot delete it, you can't do anything. So you need to be very much sure that nothing gets wrong, nothing gets wrong in terms of nothing gets hacked, right? Because if like it happens multiple times that users, the owner of the smart contract, they actually write some loopholes which results in the manipulation of the smart contract. Like just imagine if I did the right function, if I can increase the supply and decrease the supply, if that is not an only function, like only owner function, and it's like an open public function, anybody can go, like you can go to the contract, you can just edit the change. That you can do through the smart contract, but it's an only owner function, so only the owner can do that.
Yeah.
So what about the generative aspect of it? That also is something on the tech side, right? What about the learning process for that?
So I told you that we started with the creation of the thing, right? I told you about the normal, we had these the pieces which Vishwas and Derek gave me. So I started generating the art, right? But once I generated the art, there was a lot of fashion mistakes in that, and the art was generating properly, the layers were properly, and the jewelry was coming on top of clothes. So I had to run few for loops and open all these files, pick one of them, then again when we have to create the rarity, right? You have to mention, I have to create an entire code for that. You pick only these which resembles the rarity, so that the pieces remains rare, and some pieces are common and some pieces are uncommon, and that sort of stuff. So again, all of this is done after that I realized that the fashion sense is coming wrong out, because something is coming on top of something which shouldn't be there. Because if a dress is already having a choker, or it's already having a high neck, you put a piece of necklace on that, or put a piece of the black strings which is there in the Itsuki dresses. In the Itsuki has a different part. So that was making it very wrong in terms of fashion, and it was not looking properly nice.
So I had to for the generating process, we have to redo the things again and again.
Yeah, I have to redo the entire script again and just create an entire thing where I remove this thing shouldn't come with this thing and this thing. So it was a very long list that I have to create through that fashion thing, that it doesn't come with this.
In case you all aren't aware, please do look at the OpenSea and look at all of the art, and all of this will make much more sense to you. In terms of interestingness of working on this, okay, how interesting are these two parts, like smart contract as well as this generative aspect, just in terms of a programming challenge, technical challenge?
Yeah, so the interesting challenge is that everything that happens in Web 2, right, it's completely centralized. I can do whatever I want, I can do whatever I don't want. But if a smart contract is deployed on a blockchain, right, you can modify it. You can see that user have done this stuff, and you can even go read the contract, what they have done, and you can read and stuff. Okay, but what happens is, one of the biggest example I can give you is about DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations. So you can even, once you have deployed a contract, you write the logic that if this thing happens, use this, if this, and the entire logic what happens. Now if you attach a treasury to it, and if you make that contract, the owner, a null owner, you attach it to it. You cannot never modify the right function which I told you about. You are not the owner anymore. You have given that contract to the community. That is given to somebody that cannot access the contract anytime, anywhere. So it's just, if anything is happening, it's getting the funds from the treasury, it's doing the things which is written in the logic. So that is one of the biggest thing I love about decentralization.
Super interesting. Now let's talk about the community building and close to launch. How are you thinking about launch, the mint price, and all of that? Just give me a picture about those aspects of. Yeah.
The point is when I was building community, I then knew that I'm actually building a family. So it all started when I was just thinking about myself, my art, my sales, my bid. I was not growing. Okay. So there was a time when for a constant 3 months I was not selling anything. During that particular time, I started promoting others' art. And when I did that, I got more traction. I became more connections. I got more friends. And then I started giving virtual hugs. And so my day starts with GM, big hugs to everyone, And then I launched Hugs token as well, and it started like airdropping to everyone. Okay, like whoever is giving me a hug back.
I still don't have the hug token.
Come on,
I'm gonna like give you that. Don't worry that.
What about me? I want the hug
I will gonna give you two as well. So the point is like during that particular time, I made a couple of friends, and when Itsuki happened, we came up with the fact that okay, this is not just our project. This is everyone's project. Everyone is a founder, and that's how like we came up with the fact that okay, we are Itsuki. We all are connected within the roots of the trees, and we are building this project together. And when this happened, We Are Itsuki was trending on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For 3 days straight, it was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
The day before the launch.
When you say when this happened, when you made this announcement,
Yeah.
where did you make this announcement? Twitter?
During Twitter.
So what I'm hearing is that over the last 2 years, you have been like creating NFTs and supporting other NFT projects this whole time, and then you started to build this project along with the community.
Yeah. That is the like biggest advice to everyone, whoever is working on any project. Do not build the product first and then switch to the community. If you're building a product, build the community as well, because you have to like do it parallelly.
Can you explain what building with the community looks like? What is that? So you made this announcement, that's one. And apart from that, you have the story, probably.
Yeah.
White paper, do you probably...
Yeah.
Can you explain, what does it look like?
So, like building with the building community and building project at the same time. So we were like building projects, but we were building community. We were like giving the sneak peek. We are giving them updates that what is our plan, what we will gonna do, when we will gonna like launch the website, and show the glimpse of the website, ask their opinion, what is happening basically inside the whole ecosystem, and you will gonna like get a constructive feedback. You will gonna like some people will gonna come and just roast you. Take it as a constructive feedback, work on it, redo the things again.
Super interesting. The mint, like how did the mint happen?
So after the during the whole Ukraine war, we decided okay, we will like push the things little ahead, and then the bear market came. Everyone was like, do not.
Bear market decided to launch their NFT collection.
No. It was not like that. Everyone was saying that do not launch now. I was like, we are launching now. Even if you do not go sold out, we're gonna like burn the other pieces, and we're gonna like start building other things.
Yeah.
When this happened, when we launched on July 6th, we had no idea that we were gonna like go sold out. But all of a sudden, like we were like trending on IC tools and everywhere. So those are the NFT analytics. In just 20 minutes, more than like 1,500 NFTs were minted, and we were like trending everywhere. And the next very minute, we got sold out.
So tell me about the allowlist part. Like, how did you curate your allowlist?
Before that, I had that analytics part, right? Because on the website, I've integrated that. I've seen more than 1,300 people minting at the same time, at the same second. Wow. Yes. And I've even posted that on the Twitter as well. So I've that graph, and I was like looking at the graph, and I was, it's increasing, and it's sold out.
Yeah.
So you're actually bringing up something very cool that I didn't even think about. Is the moment of mint. You have access to what is happening, and you're like literally like people are.
So I had integrated the Google Analytics.
You're finding out so much. People are paying you money. New art is being created, and all of that.
Yeah. So like I have integrated the Google Analytics on our D app, and I had that open the entire time in my secondary screen. So I'm like, it was increasing, and at the moment it was like 1,300 per second users, and 1,300 people were minting at the same time. And I was like, I went to the Etherscan, there were pending transactions for like more than 500 people, and I told him that it's over. The sale is over.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. That's cool. It's actually, I think, a great art, actually, to be honest. It's such an amazing looking collection.
So that was like our main focus. And thanks to Derek, because Derek is like such an amazing artist. She's a legend. And the whole point is like the things she has created like actually connect with everyone.
So she is also an NFT artist from before. She's created other things too.
Yeah, she's from Ukraine. She has been like an NFT artist since a really long time. we met in one of the spaces where I was like giving a virtual hugs. And then we became a partners, yeah.
How about you both? You guys are friends from before?
Yeah, so like we have been running a game studio for more than 4 years together. Now we are building GameFi infrastructure together.
Now, quick one, allowlist. We'll try to close it fast.
Yeah.
I know things are... Yeah. Allowlist, how did you curate your allowlist? And what tactics did you use close to launch?
So the whole point was our main focus was to keep everything very early for our early supporters. For example, if like for our first 200 people, we gave them the allow list. At the same time, when we were like close to our launch, we started like reaching out to more partners, Moonbirds, BAYC, and we had to like reach out to the Moonbirds collectors, BAYC collectors, Tasty Bones collectors. So we did a collaboration with Tasty Bones that actually like helped us out as well. And when we like launch, like you will not believe, but we had more than 10,000 registrations for the allow list. So we were actually like.
So who was doing that? Who was doing the collab part and all that?
I was doing me, Leaf, Duo. We were like doing the collab part.
Finally, like, so now what's the situation after the event? Are you guys like rich and just generally what's happening with the treasury? Like,
do you think like I'm looking like a rich? It's the people's money. We will be gonna building, we will be like building the things out of it. The whole point is it's not about like okay, take the money and go back. We go sold out, and from that day, like I didn't sleep straight 3 days after getting sold out. I thought okay, it will be like a relief after getting sold out, but no, you have responsibilities over you. You have to like keep pushing yourself again.
So I remember we had a Twitter space about NFTs on the project, and he mentioned that like once the project is done and it's he thought he could get some sleep, but
because I remember when we were building, like at the end when the minting date was coming, right? So I think it was launched on 6th July. So we were building straight from 1st to 6th. I don't remember if I slept for like more than 3 hours all those 6 days. And even after the launch, I didn't sleep for more than 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So now, like, what is life looking like in terms of the project? Like, are you guys still working on this project? Like, what is the work?
So the team is working on the project, and a lot of amazing stuffs are coming up. The first one is like Itsuki merch. We have actually like revealed our Itsuki 3D. So like you have collected a JPEG, but now you are getting the 3D as well, which will be like you can actually like take that particular Itsuki 3D in any game. So it will be more like avatar for that particular game. The whole point is that. So we are working on the treeverse, Itsuki treeverse, forestverse basically. So Itsuki forestverse is nothing but a virtual world where trees, the holders will gonna get the customizable trees. They can actually like customize it to anything. And like the point is like I have been like playing Second Life for more than like 6 years. And I'm a vampire over there. So I know like that another life, how addictive it is. And so far like we haven't experienced such life in any metaverse apart from like Second Life. Plan is to like go beyond that with Itsuki.
Because this is like a hackathon, and I just want to understand, get a vibe for like how do you feel about Web3, and like what are you currently working on, other things? Are you part of ETH India?
So we didn't participate in the hackathon itself, but yeah, I'll be there at the side events for sure. And also like apart from that, we are building GameFi infrastructure right now. So basically helping game developers to launch their game on Web3. We are building SDKs, API, which can be integrated inside Unity, Unreal. Like just imagine one of our SDK is able to integrate MetaMask in less than 30 seconds on any game engine. And it takes more than I think 1 to 2 minutes to create a MetaMask wallet. So again, like that is how simplified we are. So it's more than just 30 seconds. You can even integrate the MetaMask wallet. Not only that, you can even launch that game on any chain you want. If you want to launch it on Polygon mainnet, Polygon Mumbai testnet, you can do that in less than 30 seconds. That's it.
Okay, we'll close it. Just final advice to anybody who's looking to start an NFT project. I know this happens to me. I'm like, we are ending and like, next question. This is the last question. Any advice for people who are thinking about starting an NFT project?
Like even if you are completely newbie and you do not even have an idea of NFT, first come up with the idea that on what you are actually building your NFTs, and what will be the art, and what will be the problems you will be going to solve with this particular NFT. And at the same time, even if you have 2 followers right now on your Twitter, do not worry about that. We have scaled 0 to 12k followers in Itsuki within 7 months. This guy, I do not even use Twitter 2 years ago, and I had no followers, 0 followers. And now I'm about to reach 19k. The point is it's not about the followers. If you're just not getting started because of the followers, do not worry about the numbers. The point is you have to work on the organic community. If you have the organic community, even it is 200 people or 500 people who are actually truly believe in your vision, you will gonna make it, because those 500 people will gonna take you to the next level. And even if you're completely new, just start. Maybe you will gonna fail, but you will gonna learn a lot of things.
Words of wisdom, friend. You wanna add anything?
Yeah, sure. I've seen multiple people who are newer to NFTs, right? And they don't know much about NFTs, Web3 space, but they just know the buzz around it. And they start the marketing side from Instagram. I don't know why people move to Instagram, and they believe that Instagram is something that we can get a lot of attention. But those are not your potential users or potential customers which you'll be targeting. You are not getting any conversion from there. If you are even getting 100k views on,
even posting that.
Exactly. It's waste of time. It's just a show off, or it doesn't matter. I would suggest them to start from Twitter. If you don't even know what is Web3, if you don't know what is Web3, NFTs, just start from Twitter. You will start follow people from Twitter space who are in the space, right? And you will eventually, your homepage will be filled up with all these things, and eventually people are tweeting about what is these things and threads and stuff. So you will learn eventually. You don't have to worry about that you don't know what to follow, what don't to follow and stuff. But just ignore Instagram and don't do stuff there, and do it on Twitter rather.
What an insight. You have any thoughts on Instagram? What is happening to Instagram? Why has it become like this? Even though NFTs are completely visual and it would be so amazing on Instagram, how come no NFT project even bothering to?
Because Instagram is mostly the Web2 crowd, right? You won't find much people on Web3, or you don't have any much potential customers you can find on Instagram.
And also, actually, it's a waste of effort doing anything on Instagram. Instagram is not going to help you unless you create reels.
It's just a platform, right, where you are just posting your content, which you don't even own. The content people are consuming, they are not consuming something which is owned by somebody else. It's just a loophole where Instagram is just a platform, and the other people are using the product.
And the point is the biggest challenge with the Instagram, why everyone prefer Twitter over Instagram, because Instagram is more about media, right? You cannot share your message over there. I can write a thread over Twitter and people would love to read over there. On Instagram, how many people write a big description, and how many people read about it?
Exactly.
It's more about media, so let's keep it more like a media. Yeah, in future, if Instagram allows creators to create their content as an NFT, that is one of the best use cases, because now they are actually unlocking the digital ownership for that.
Yeah. Now they're allowing to post an NFT as a digital collectible. That's a little different. Anyway, great conversation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And everybody subscribe to Salman Needs a Job and follow them as well. Vish NFT.
Yeah, Vish NFT.
On Twitter. And
Shanu and Joshi.
You heard that. And hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe.
Bye.